All right, so I've put together this Ecom rack, trying to figure out how to make everything fit, and I believe I have a solution here now. So what we have set up is, of course, divided out into three sections. I might be able to adjust this top one a little bit, take one U out of there. Um, just depends on the spacing behind the shelf and what we have to do with our rack for our drivers. But what we have essentially is a 1U power supply, 1U power supply, and those two blanks, 1U here, 1U here. So two separated areas of power supplies. We've got our PC shelf right here with our door going to the PC. So the PC sits on this shelf right here, along with any UPS or anything we might need. And then we get into this. Then we get into this little area up here. So the actual 7U door, I need to modify it slightly in order to make all this happen. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I just need to open up the opening a little bit as far as getting clearance to slide drivers in and out. But what we have set up basically is it's going to be a 7U door in all three of these spots. These three parts are going to all be the exact same, except, like I said, I'm going to open up this opening here on the back side a little bit. This opening right here that you would use to access PC, I need to vertically extend it a little bit just to make sure that we have all the clearance necessary to get drivers in and out. But like I said, that's not a problem. And so what we then have the ability to do is a 7U driver area right here, then a 2U EMO / control panel here or here, either one of these. And then the other spot is a 2U basically sliding monitor and keyboard panel. So I think my preference would be to put that. It just depends height wise, as far as being able to actually use it. I want to say that this panel right now, it's going to run slow because of all the Cantrell stuff shoved in here. This is the. Let me pull up the keyboard panel I was actually looking at. That's just the monitor. They've got one that maybe this shows it. No, I'll find it. They've got a Rack Mount Solutions has a keyboard / monitor sliding drawer. That's one of them, and that's actually a pretty neat little. Well, and that's 1U, so that's an option as well, as to where this is just a monitor and keyboard that closes and slides back into the chamber. And so that's something that we could consider. That way, that if we need another spot of space, we can do that. But either a 1U or 2U setup with this area where you have a sliding monitor and keyboard. That way, you can slide that monitor and keyboard out, open it up, and it can be open most of the time. And the only thing it would do is when folded up, it would block off that door to the driver area. But they shouldn't be pulling drivers in and out all the time. I think that's really the only way we're going to make all this stuff fit. Because we try to do a 7U flat mount monitor. It's just there's not any space for it. The only option there would be if we left this area up here open and put that monitor up real high or move this up. But in order to keep the separation, we're just limited by our space here in this middle section. And so, even looking at shrinking this door down where the PC goes, we wouldn't be able to gain enough space to keep an e-stop panel and control panel and everything. So I think this is probably the best way to do it as far as squeezing everything in. I'll send you some screenshots of this so you can play with it a little bit. But looking at it from the side, originally we had Darling's panel mounts to this bud rail right here. I think that's what we're going to have to do as soon as you start getting these drivers areas, because these drivers are this depth, but Matt, you're going to have to add a little more as far as the rack that they're mounted on. So I really do think that mounting that panel back here is going to be our best bet. And then we just need to figure out how we want to push some airflow across these areas, which we've got room on the sides. We can put some fans blowing across. I think there's some different ways to do that. So, like I said, I'll send you some screenshots of this stuff so that you can mark it up and play with it. But think I think this right here is probably going to be our best bet as far as squeezing everything in properly.